So let's dive into music. Okay, first of all, let's take a look at the quick history of music. There's been some headlines lately and people have been asking, hey, what's up? Why is music, hasn't recovered since 1999, but also music's better than ever? What does that mean? Well, let's take a look. First of all, let's look at the way you and I buy and listen to music itself, just basics. Take a look at this. This goes from 1978 all the way to 2023. So this is a long time. This is much more than 25 years. It would just be, 1998, 99, be 25 years. No, this is going back another 22 years to there. So we're basically got like almost 50 years of music right here, almost, So take a look. And in 1978, vinyl, cassettes, 8 tracks. If you want to know what 8-track tapes is, go watch really old movies, but never mind that. Then you see what happened with CDs starting in the 80s. Then CDs, you could listen to it, high quality, it didn't get stuck in your car the way cassettes did. And all of a sudden, the CDs dominated until they didn't. And when they didn't was when streaming happened, a thing called Napster. But you would think that, wait, I thought we fixed that. And then there was Pandora, and then there was Spotify, and then there was, all these other, services that were out there that you could buy music from. And says, well, this is back in the day where you bought a full CD for 17 bucks and you had 12 songs on it that were give or take 45 minutes. That was the length of an album. Remember when albums were about 41 to 50 minutes? You had 6 songs on this side, 6 songs on the other, and about half the songs wouldn't be that good, and the other half of the songs, that's why you bought the album. But it was very interesting. If you weren't just listening to jazz, which had some similarities in the tracks, you could just play it for end to end, and you're listening to your favorite rock band, pop band, or whatever, or country star, there was the songs you liked, songs you didn't. Streaming changed all that. I could say, I only want this, 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 and this. Pay yourself a subscription, put the hearts by what you wanted, but take a look at what happened. What this chart shows is that in 1998, we reached peak music, which was basically CDs making up well over 80%, and the remainder, 15, 20%, was made up by cassettes. There was no more vinyl. It was there, but it was hiding, and it was a $25 billion business, you and I buying music to listen to at home. Then that was the peak, and you can see the graph goes down, 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 all the way to 2008. So those 10 years from 98 to 2008, it goes from 25 billion down to 10 billion in recorded music. It was no wonder the stars were cranky. No wonder they were having suits with the streamers. No wonder they wouldn't make a deal with Pandora. And finally, downloads and ringtones brought it back only for a short time, and then streaming was the bulk of it. And now if you take a look at it, we're back up to over 15 billion, 17 billion last year. Streaming is 90% of that, and vinyl is up 300% in the last decade, but it represents very little. Now, I have a high-end vinyl rig at home, turntable, and I love the warmth, I love the way the music sounds, I love the way it comes through my system. So I'm buying new vinyl, and I also have a great library of well-preserved, vinyl from when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, when I was in college. But streaming is by and large the most. My kids have never bought, I think, any physical media, a CD, an album, or anything like that. Now, they like my stuff, and I've got my oldest daughter, 18. She'll listen to my old Fleetwood Mac Rumors classic album, and things like that. But for the most part, you see streaming is making a comeback, but recorded music is only up to 17 billion. That is still down 36% from 1999, which was 25 years ago. So it's basically never recovered. So where is it? Where are artists making money? Well, the answer is fewer artists are making big money, but here's where they're making it. Concerts. Let's look at this chart and look at the concert money. And it's not just Taylor Swift and her concert tour, which people are saying is $1 billion. Let's look at the chart. So here we go. Concerts last year, $6.6 billion. Now, this chart shows, if you're listening on Spotify to the podcast, and thank you for doing that, starting in 2012, you can see the chart hangs out at 2, 2.5, 2.6, 2.7, 2012, 13, 14, 15. Finally, 16 goes up about 3 billion, then 3.1, 2017, 3.4, 2018, 3.5, 2019, and then, oh my gosh, lockdown, can't go to concerts, can't even go outside, boom, concerts go down to less than $1 billion, like $700 million. 2021, a little bit over $1 billion, but then we were allowed to go outside again, and look what happens 2022. Whammo. All of a sudden it goes all the way up to $5.5 billion. Now think about that. $3.5 billion in 2019, 2 years of COVID, 20 and 21, and then all of a sudden it's $5.5 billion in 22, and then $6.6 billion in 23. The answer is the way we're doing music is we're going to high-end concerts, and we're spending $6.6 billion on that, and we're spending $17 billion on recorded music. Music industry is almost back to that $25-26 billion total, but it's concentrated. These tours, is like Taylor Swift's tour, is rumored to be, what, $800 million of the $6.6 billion is just Taylor Swift, going from stadium to stadium, but it's concentrated. So anyway, this chart here represents the top 100 tours. So all the numbers I gave you, if you just took the top 100 tours and looked at it, 2.2 billion 2012, 3.5 billion 2019, 2 years of COVID, splat, and now back to here with people like Taylor Swift and Drake leading the league with The Weeknd, with big giant tours and things like that. So I thought that was very interesting, is where we're listening to music. Recorded music has never really recovered. It's an all streaming world now, and a lot of criticism on streaming that says you don't get the same high fidelity you get out of vinyl. I'll be the first one to tell you that. I happen to like the vinyl sound a lot better than I like the streaming sound. Streaming doesn't seem to have depth to me. It's hard to explain. But if you've listened to it side by side, you'll understand. As long as you've got really good speakers at home to listen to.